You know, we can never have nice things. Hey guys, it's the Pink King here, and today we unfortunately have to talk about this massive problem because I'm not sure if you feel the same here, but I am absolutely sick and tired of all this remake slop. Now, what am I talking about, you're probably wondering? Well, a few days ago, some very interesting news came out in regards to K-pop Demon Hunters. Now, for those of you who didn't see my review on that movie, allow me to quickly explain my thoughts on it real quick. K-pop Demon Hunters was probably the biggest surprise of the year. It was beautiful, funny, and incredibly charming, with some absolutely killer songs, but it was a bit rough on the story, as it had many plot holes and a few inconsistencies that overall let it down from being a true masterpiece. But regardless of that, it was a fantastic movie. As I said in my review, it felt like K-pop Demon Hunters was a story that needed expansion. It felt like it was missing a few pieces, and hopefully we'd get more expansions on these missing elements in future projects. And based off this news of Netflix considering not one, but two sequels, it really got me excited. But that's not the part we need to talk about. Because right after that, it was also revealed that we got confirmation that a live-action remake was also being considered. And this is what I want to talk about today. Because while yes, a few days later it was later revealed that they are no longer discussing that, the fact that it was even in consideration in the first place is not only shameful, but bloody disgusting. Because despite what certain articles have said, I believe that Netflix was seriously considering making a K-pop Demon Hunters live-action remake, and have only now decided against it because of the severe backlash the idea got. Remember peeps, take this with a pinch of salt, because while I have no proof of this is simply what I feel, because I have a strong feeling that it was being discussed because of the recent trend in Hollywood to turn any popular piece of animation into live action. And you know, I'm just sick and tired of this trend. You know, I thought we were done. I genuinely thought we were done. I believe we were safe from this abysmal trend with the failure of Snow White being the nail in the coffin for me with how terrible that film did. But that quickly changed thanks to two movies in particular. The Lilo and Stitch remake and the How to Train Your Dragon remake. You guys already know I did not like these films, but regardless of what I thought about them, not only did both films succeed, they absolutely crushed it at the box office, with Lilo and Stitch being Hollywood's first movie to pass $1 billion this year. And it's here where I begin to not only worry, but become fearful for the future of animation. As this way of thinking is not only in Disney now, but it's now spread to other companies like DreamWorks, with the How to Train Your Dragon success proving that now pretty much any studio, it's fair game in terms of making a live action remake. If they play their cards right, it will be successful, guaranteed. Which to me is just so depressing. This has got to be one of the laziest forms of movie making. Taking what came before and just doing the exact same thing all over again, but with none of the charm. Heck, they'll even sometimes bring back the people who made the original movies, and still will do nothing with it. It's now gotten so bad that even recent films are no longer safe. Where a few years ago you could probably justify these remakes by saying, oh, they were only of older movies, but now it's affecting modern movies like Moana and now K-pop Demon Hunters. And it's just so incredibly tragic because these studios know exactly what they're doing. It's not only cheaper to recycle older movies, but it's practically a guaranteed way to get profit. Because that's just all it is. There is zero creative need or desire to remake any of these films. There's zero need. After all, most of them are just the same movie again, only in ugly live action with dumb changes that ruin the entire message of the movie. It's slop. There's no other way to put it. It's slop. It's lazy slop. Imagine telling someone from the invention of film that in 2025, we'd not only have movies with color, but we'd have the technology to literally bring anything to life. The only limit was your imagination. Imagine telling someone like Walt Disney that in the future, anything you can think about, you can make a reality and have it look amazing. And in the same breath, when they would ask you what we would use that technology for, you'd say that we used it to recycle old stuff again and again. Now, a lot of you are probably asking yourself, what's the big problem here? Sure, the remakes may be bad, but you could always go watch the original movies. No, the problem here is so much worse, because not only is it a greedy attempt to squeeze money from a popular IP, but it's setting a horrifying standard for movies moving forward. Because studios now know that creativity and joy are no longer required, so why bother with anything that's not a guaranteed hit? Why take chances on much more interesting projects like K-pop Demon Hunters, where you can sell for something that you could easily milk from people's nostalgia? Not only does this mean we'll get more and more lazy remakes, but it also means we're going to get less and less interesting new experiments like Demon Hunters, where a few years ago, so many movies like Demon Hunters were everywhere. But now today, a Demon Hunter is now like a diamond in the rough. And if we do get anything, it will most likely be given no promotion or attention whatsoever by the studio, and be dumped on the streaming services sometime later. And that just doesn't sit right with me, because it's just another reason greedy studios like these have to take animation less seriously. With generative AI on the horizon also, studios are becoming less and less interested in pursuing animation and instead are now trying to condition audiences to be happy with regurgitated slop. I honestly would not be shocked if in a couple years from now, the hype for K-pop Demon Hunters dies down and they try to bring back the remake idea. It honestly wouldn't shock me, because we've seen it with Netflix. They too are not afraid to bring something back in order for the goal of milking popular IPs for all they're worth. So, with all this being said, what is the point of today's video? Why did I decide to make this video, this quite frankly messy video, off just one bit of news about a potential K-pop Demon Hunters remake? Am I over-exaggerating? Maybe? Well, it's quite frankly because I am tired of this. Because as someone who loves to study and enjoy animation, I believe in creativity. I believe in trying to inspire a new generation. This is the straw that's broken my back, because animation as an art form has already been mistreated for decades now, with people either thinking it's only for kids, or artists being overworked and underpaid for the same stuff. Animation is a big part of who I am, and it is what I love. This is exactly why I love indie animation more and more as years go by, because despite the quality of that, it's people trying something new, it's people actually experimenting, it's people not being afraid to be creative. And I imagine that same love is similar with a lot of you who are watching this video. Because, quite frankly, we are tired of our nostalgia being absolutely milked. Or even newer stuff, our love for newer projects being milked, like with golden stuff like K-pop Demon Hunters, being taken advantage of and once again, milked for all it's worth, with projects not to inspire or try something new, but to be comfortable fast food. Because that is what it is. It's fast food storytelling. And honestly, I don't think I could put it into any better way than using this clip.
Well, thank you, Dr. Malcolm, but I think things are a little bit different than you and I had feared.
Yeah, I know. They're a lot worse.
Now, wait a second. Now,
Hey, don't you see the danger, John, inherent in what you're doing here? Genetic power is the most awesome force the planet's ever seen, but you wield it like a kid that's found his dad's gun.
It's hardly appropriate to start hurling generalizations.
If I may, I'll tell you the problem with the scientific power that you're using here. It didn't require any discipline to attain it. You know, you read what others had done, and you took the next step. You didn't earn the knowledge for yourselves, so you don't take any responsibility for it. You stood on the shoulders of geniuses to accomplish something as fast as you could, and before you even knew what you had, you patented it and packaged it and slapped it on a plastic lunchbox, and now you're selling it. You want to sell it. Well,
this has become way too mainstream, and it's only getting worse, with more and more remakes being made every year and viewers eating it up. So if you take anything away from this video, take this. Support original material, whether it be an animated movie or a smaller project. Give it a chance. Show these studios that no, we will not accept regurgitated slop, and that we deserve better, not only for us, but the artists and geniuses who give up years of their lives to bring us amazing stories, just like K-pop demon hunters. But what do you guys think? Are you sick of these remakes as much as I am, or do you have your own thoughts? Let me know down in the comments what you guys think, and thank you all for watching this video. I know it's a very messy rant in comparison to what I normally do, but I just simply couldn't stay silent on this anymore. I am too tired of these lazy remakes, and just want the industry I love to grow. So again, apologies for the more messier video today, peeps. I really felt like I needed to make this, otherwise I would have exploded. Be sure to like this video and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And with that, peeps, it's been the Pink King here, and I will see you all next time.